Morning, delivery fam, and welcome back to another episode of Breakfast with UDM on the Life of a Gig Worker podcast. And since I got my brother from another mother with me, bruh, I kind of got a bone to pick with you, but I don't.
I got a little bone too.
You, well, go first.
You got a little broccoli in your teeth.
Yo, the left side of my brain was like, nah, don't believe his ass. And then the right side like, wait, do you? So you see me look.
So for those of y'all who don't know, check out the membership. We're going to cover that later on. But check out the membership. It's going to be in the bloopers. I promise y'all. He don't want it to be, but it's going to be.
Fuck you, dog.
I set your ass up for that.
Now I gotta commit. I gotta commit to that shit. Okay, all right, no problem. But I got a bone to pick with you, bro. In the previous one of the previous episodes that we did, we kind of like briefly. No, it was a live stream, a live recap that we did. We briefly touched on the $5 base that you couldn't get over on the Deliver That order for Subway.
Cause Darien cheap as fuck, yeah.
So I saw this comment, and they were like, "Josh is correct." I was like, whatever, bro. Right? While you may not have done the order for $5, but that is exactly what Deliver That was going to pay you. It was the solid tip that you did that order for. That they made almost $2,000 on that, and you made less than 2% of that in base pay. That was his point. Now, I already got my attitude, okay? I said his point was understood. God damn it. Right? My point was, if that is what they would be willing to pay, then that job would not be completed, and should not be completed for that pay. Right? It's a $1,900 order, a $2,000 order. Why would I do that for $5? My point, sir, okay, and I know you heard it, but I wanted to expound on it a little bit more just in case some people, maybe my message or even your message may have been lost in translation, even though I don't think your message was lost in translation. But I have a reason, and I have a screenshot that I'm going to put on the screen, and then I'll try to get your take on that. But I feel when we focus solely on how the company is paying us versus how much we are receiving in payment, that, to me, that makes me feel like a fucking worker, bro. And I'm just being straight up. It doesn't even matter. Like, the damn company could be paying me $2. But if I am going to make I feel like those damn TikTokers that was on there accepting the damn $2 order, and then they going and crying and say, I had to drive 30 miles for this shit. I feel like that, bro. And I'm like, nah, like, I don't want anyone that I can influence to have a different mindset. Then, I'm going to stand my ground. Even if I understand or I understood your point. If there was zero tip and Deliver That was trying to say, hey UDM, we need you to do this order, man. It's a $2,000 Subway. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Give you $5 for a foot long.
Yeah. Hold up. I imagine they're in front of me, bro. If I walked up and they're like, yeah, all right, we need to do this $2,000 order, bro. We ain't got nobody else. All right, please knock it out for us. All right, but yeah, how much is it paying? All right, we got you, man. Don't worry about it. No. How much is it paying? All right. You want to know the pay up front? All right, we ain't got it like that. So it's going to be $5. You're going to have to get somebody else. Hey, you're going to have to take it yourself. If I'm talking to Darien or I'm talking to any executive, I'll be like, hey, go warm up the car. Okay, go warm it up. Okay, because I'm not doing it. I ride passenger. Shotgun. Yeah, let's go.
No, see, if it was Darien, bro, because I feel like this scenario would definitely be Darien's ass, bro. No. I'll be like, hey, you gonna bring that Tesla around that got that big blue ass wrap on it?
I'm gonna tell you,
bring that motherfucker over here.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Like Darien, That ain't Darian, bro. I truly believe, I understand Darian is running a company, right? And I understand also that many other people, including yourself, don't know him, right? And even if I have a business relationship with Deliver That, I have a certain understanding of his character because there's things that we've spoken about out off camera that I just know. Nah, that ain't him. He ain't giving me $5. He giving me what he know I'm worth. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
$5.
That ain't no damn $5, Josh. But what I'm saying to you is that's not in his character. Also,
so
I understand he has to run a company. How did they get to the $5 and all that? I don't know. And they haven't explained that.
I'll piggyback off of this, right? So we both know that I worked for Draver, and I was able to get to know the CEO. The CEO, well, the original CEO and owner. Let's put it that way. The new one is a fucking asshole. But Zarif was a really good CEO until he sold out from under us. He was a really amazing CEO. He did not like the pay model we were on because he saw that drivers could struggle on that pay model. And that was one of the things I personally had a hand in when I first started with the company. I know you remember this. Chase Pay used to be 17 cents per mile.
Yeah.
Used to be 17 cents per mile. I fought tooth and nail to get it up to 22.
Yeah.
And then from there, it became 30, 32 or 33 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Now, this was all because of Zarif. This was all Zarif and the finance team and the executives at the time. I came to him and I was like, dude, you can't expect these guys to run their personal car for 17 cents a mile when gas is fucking $4.
Yeah.
It doesn't cover the gas, let alone the wear and the tear and blah, blah, blah. Well, we're paying them a base pay. That don't fucking matter. You're paying them base pay, the same thing that the other guy's getting paid, and you gave him a fucking fuel card.
Yeah.
So I had a personal hand in this. So I understand what you mean. But I'll still always personally rag on Darian until he shows up in this end of this podcast. So Darian, bro, you gonna catch heat all the way up until your ass come right here, boy, right here. So I'm gonna see you soon. You eventually gonna get tired of my ass and either smite me off of this map because you got CEO powers. You gonna show up and you gonna talk to me about this.
Well,
Love
I mean,
Darian.
But here's the thing, though. Like on a serious note, though. I understand when it comes down to the pay, what a person sees, right? Imagine if you did not see that pay breakdown as in what is your base versus, let's just say, you're a contractor, right? I want you to do a job for me, right? You might have your price, but let's just say I come to you and I say, hey, listen, I want you to do this, that for me, and this is how much I'm going to pay you. Now, when I come with my price, I already did homework in how much the materials cost. I already did research on how much the labor might cost me. So now I'm bringing you one price, and you could probably get it at a better price as far as like the materials and everything than I could. But I'm paying you based off of what I saw. That final price, you don't see the breakdown, right? And I want to hire you. You could say, nah, I ain't doing that shit for that, right? Because maybe I'm bringing 400 to you, but you like, hell nah, I ain't doing that shit for less than 700. You know what I'm saying? But if I bring it to you, and let's say I get the family discount, and you say, all right, the $400. Boom. You're going to do the job for me for $400. You see the bigger scope of it, which is the $400. You're not seeing the initial breakdown of what materials I'm getting from where I'm getting it and all that stuff. You don't see all of that. But you just accept the payment because, all right, well, I'm going to do it for that. You get the family discount of $300 and yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to knock it out for you. And I'm not saying that I'm doing them a favor. What I'm saying is I see 200 and some change. And how fast can I knock this out? And what other orders do I have on this route? How much will I make for the day? Will it just be 200 or will it be and this was the conversation I was trying to lead to, right? Just making sure the route works, right? Cuz sometimes it doesn't work and you might drive a whole lot for what you see as a large order. It's not even really worth it like that because of how far you got to go and how much time you're going to waste for that amount of money. Yes, you might have 200 in your pocket, but you probably, by the end of your shift or the end of you doing that job, you probably only keeping 50 cents.
So, and that's the crazy part. So I know for me, when it comes to like how your pay breaks down, right? I know we talked about this in the past, and one of your videos actually sparked from one of the decision trees that I told you about as a dispatcher. Remember the video you did where you were like, I'm negotiating with the algorithm, the AI, and all this.
Yeah,
that video was exactly how I make decision trees when it comes to the drivers, right? So what I used to do is like, hey man, I know this doesn't pay that much, but hear me out. If you could take this one, I'll turn around and give you this one. And then if you take that one, I got you something coming back. And you could take this one over here. I know this one sucks, but I got a plan for you and I need you to follow it. Yeah. So I could kind of see like the breakdown of it. And like I said, each person has to make their own independent decisions. And I know I've been saying this for years. People have got to stop being independently dependent. So when Deliver That goes ching ching, or what's the noise for Deliver That?
I don't know, bro.
I don't think I have that noise.
It do, but I can't remember. Sometimes I get it mixed up with DoorDash and Grubhub. I was about to do the cowbell for you, bro. But I'm like, nah, that ain't it.
Fuck that. We're just gonna go with jing jing. So when Deliver That goes jing jing and there's a fucking order for $5, this is where you got to make the decision for yourself. Because even though the tip is high, and this is where people need to think, right? Even though the tip is high, I value myself because here's how I picture this. And I think like a business owner, right? Any person can file a chargeback, right? So say we talked about I'm a contractor for you and I'm willing to take the job for $400. I get done with the job. You're not happy. You know, I charged you via card. You charge back the card. So I made shit for all of my effort. What happens, because it's not in their terms of service, I did take a read on that. What happens when the customer charges back and the tip goes away? What happens then?
Let's say if the customer charges back at the same time, do you truly feel if you did a job for Deliver That and the customer charges back or whatever, you think they would contact you and tell you, hey, we got to take this money away from you because the customer charged back?
They ain't gonna contact you. They just gonna be like, oops, there was a problem.
I'm asking you, like, do you feel they would take the money back from you?
As a business, I would. And here's how I would handle.
I'm asking you, well, do you feel they would take it back from you?
Absolutely.
And I feel like they wouldn't. They would take the hit.
Well, see, this is where it really depends, because now if it's a person that has the ability to stop it, then yes. But here's the thing. Most of the time, these payments are automated. It's not something that someone manually goes in and does anymore. It's automated. So if the transaction never occurred, how are you going to get paid? You're just going to see a discrepancy. The order disappears. Now, of course, there's going to be back-end processes that protect you, right? So Deliver That's obviously going to dispute that on their own terms. And you may get that money back later, but you're going to eventually either lose the money or gain it back. But there's going to be initial pullback.
Even though I understand, don't mean to cut you off, right? But even though I understand everything that you're saying, even with the automation of all of this, right? I'm saying, I'm looking at Deliver That as a person, not as a team at the moment. It's me, you, and Deliver That. And I'm asking you, do you feel Deliver That will take that money back, whether they contact you or don't? And I'm telling you, I feel they would take the hit. Deliver That to me is like the homie. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that how can I put this? Deliver That, unless you trigger some shit that cost them money, they will look out for you in some aspect of it. Just try to understand this, right? I look at Delivered, all these other catering apps, and the amount that I get back from Deliver That for the job that I do, however many I do, the amount that I get in return to show me some kind of appreciation for what I have done, Deliver That is up here, way up here compared to any other catering app that I've done. Now, now having conversation, I'm gonna let you get it off, right? But now having conversation with the team when I went to Ohio, yes, if you trigger something, you do something, you better believe they coming for their money. But if they do an investigation and they realize, nah, it ain't your fault, man. They got you, bro. It's like they will run their business. You might not agree with the $5, but they got your back even if you don't agree with the $5. That's how I feel about Deliver That being the homie. You see what I'm saying?
Here's how I view it, right? So obviously Deliver That has the money to float it, right? The question is whether or not they will, right? So Deliver That obviously has to remain a profitable company at the end of the day in order for them to keep their doors open and pay and expand their business, which is why the $5 base pay is existing at this current point. They need to pull back some of the money that they're paying the driver on their end so that they have money to expand. Deliver That has been expanding for many years at this point. We've both worked for Deliver That or been on that platform for many years at this point, right? Okay. Now, here's my thing. Deliver That as the homie, that shit ended a couple of years ago because they have become a major player in the gig economy. Now, do I think that they would take the money back? Damn right I think they're going to take the money back at first. And just like you said, they're going to do their investigation and they got you. But here's the problem. They first got to do that investigation. So that money coming to them first. They're going to do their investigation. And if they're wrong, they're, oh, my bad. And then they might throw you an extra $5 for taking it.
Even though I hear you, it's not registering. I understand you, but it's not registering because there's also stories of certain CEOs that do crazy things that other CEOs don't agree with. Like when COVID hit, there was a CEO that was well paid, and he cut his salary by a whole lot of money so he could pay his staff better. So I think he went from making millions of dollars a year, and he cut his pay down to like $70,000 a year so he could pay the rest of his staff. And everybody was criticizing him about, oh man, that's stupid. Why would you do that? Oh, but his staff was happy as shit, bro. And his company thrived through the toughest time of the fucking year. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, there are people out here that would love to run a business. And I understand also your take where it would probably be in their best interest to get the money back, right? Yeah. But I'm trying to say, get the money back as a business, right? But what I'm trying to say, all right, let me give you a quick example. There was a day my order was due. My vehicle would not start. My battery is dead. Based on their policies, I am outside of the window of time for me to drop that order. Okay? I reached out to them and I said, unfortunately, I cannot do this order because my vehicle won't start. I gotta go get a battery. All right? Battery's dead. Excuse me. Battery's dead.
That broccoli.
There's that broccoli. Blooper. That's what it's gonna be at. But so my battery's dead, and I know I'm gonna get a violation. I already accepted it. No problem. It is what it is. I can't handle it. I mean, I can handle it, but I can't go pick up the order in time, get the battery, get everything sorted out before, right? So I'm going to take this hit on this violation. So I get the email for the violation. And what they told me to do, and I never knew this would be a thing, right? They told me, make sure you respond to the email of the violation. And I did that. Now I was just like, why I need to respond? I just got a violation. It is what it is, you know? But no, they told me, respond to the violation email. And then when they responded back to me after my response, they said, prove that you were in a real situation, basically. And I had to show proof of a receipt that I purchased a battery. This battery, luckily, was under warranty because I just bought it in December of 2023. So it was still under warranty. Not the restaurant, shit. The store gave me a receipt of purchase, well, the swap. And then I sent that to them. Guess what? Violation gets redacted. Hopefully the order didn't get canceled because I couldn't get to the order, but they redacted the violation because I really had a real situation. So in this case, what I'm saying, the homie looked out because I had a legitimate reason that was beyond my control. You see what I'm saying?
I've taken away violations or no-shows is what they were called at Draver. If you like, it was performance-based, right? So for example, I was one of the first national account managers to start wiping that shit because I figured out how to do it. I remember testing it on your account, calling you like, hey, hold on, I need you to open your phone and respond to an email. So let me see what I could do here. So listen, I know that Draver executives still watch our videos. So one of the things, there's so many things I could have been fired for testing out to help out drivers, but I was never fired for that. But I tested to be able to remove the violations, and it worked. And then it stemmed and created a thing with risk management to where they did a performance-based thing, because it used to be one no-show, it's a warning. Second no-show is a suspension. Third no-show, you're gone. It's game over. You no-showed 3 times. It didn't matter if you had 1 delivery or if you had 10,000 deliveries under your belt. They were going to follow the same thing, 1, 2, 3 rule. But here was the thing. For me, I didn't accept that because I was like, nah, see, that doesn't make sense, because I got drivers that have done 10,000 trips. And yeah, maybe they no-show once or twice, but on that third go, that's a year from now, we can't just take them off the platform. So I did the same thing, and I always tried to look out for drivers. But again, that ended up costing me my job because they wanted to think as a business. So I get where you're coming from, but in my opinion, like I said, drivers still have to take a base pay at its value. Until I get paid, because DeliverThat is not same day pay. It's not something that I can cash out right then and there and it's mine, right? Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong. But until that money has hit my bank account, I'm only banking on the commission that I made from the order, because I know that's guaranteed.
And I understand that, yeah.
And that's the stance I take. So in my opinion, if that commission is not worth it to you, I ain't taking it.
And for those that don't know, that maybe didn't even see that episode, this is what we're talking about. 1979-05, the commission is $5, where driver earnings summary is, right? $5 estimated, right? And the driver earnings completely is at the top, $202.91, which includes $197.91 gratuity, right? Now, granted, your argument, Josh, can I finish my point? No?
Go ahead. My argument is invalid because I just seen something that continue for right now.
Okay, now your argument is invalid, but this is what I wanted to show you, and I wanted to show you this side by side, okay? This next screenshot that I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to figure out or maybe you could help me figure out how the fuck did they get a 0 tip but a $29 commission on a lesser order?
Okay. So my argument is invalid because the numbers make sense. Numbers is where I go at all times. I want you to pull up the screenshot of the no tip or automatic minimum gratuity.
The screenshot of, you mean the wording, the email they sent?
The email with the percentages.
God, oh, Josh.
Bro, I'm telling you, my knowledge bank comes out and I'm wrong when I'm wrong, and I'm going to point out how the fuck I'm wrong.
No, you said to me, bro, you got me digging for gold, bro.
So here's how I'm going to explain this.
Hold up. So you want, just to make sure, you want the minimum gratuity?
Yes.
Okay, I found it. Oh. But you had me scrolling fast and shit. Well, go ahead.
So I'm basically seeing 10% because I feel like obviously this here shows me about 10% of the base, right? So because that's $1,900, they gave them 10%, and that $5 base pay, because this is how I think. This has not been perfected and tested. So the order on the left-hand side was 10% of the total, right? Because that's what they were following, was 10% of the left-hand total. That's what they were following, in my opinion. Now pull up the Subway order.
You want the picture of the Subway?
No, just the order.
Okay.
Bring it to the front.
All right. I'll put that there. Boom.
That is exactly 10% plus $5. So the $5 was a tip from fucking Deliver That, but it's $197.91, right? Mm-hmm. Look at the fucking order total, bro.
Yeah.
It's exactly 10%.
It's exactly 10%. Uh-huh.
So this to me looks like a minimum tip that was not done correctly. They did 10%, which means they gave you a little bit extra because it was a no tip order. Now this other one, the question is going to be, how old is that screenshot?
Today.
See, that's bullshit. Oh, wait. Each driver earnings includes commission and gratuities. Earnings are shown are estimated and subject to change, such as for post-delivery. Okay, so is this an Easy Cater order or is this a direct vendor?
This one is a direct vendor.
So there's no gratuity included.
But what I'm saying, okay, so look, let's put this back, okay? There's no gratuity included, right? But this is all Deliver That, right? The point that I'm making is not, okay, let's just say, some people might say, oh, they only said they were going to do that on Easy Cater orders, which you have a point there, right? But what I'm getting at this moment, why would on Easy Cater orders, they would pay this $5 commission, but on a non-Easy Cater order, they're paying a $29 commission on a no tip?
So this is where it gets hairy because the contract may be different. So Draver, for example, Draver may have a client in which is cost plus 40%, but another client that is on a mileage band of $1.80 per mile. So the same trip can pay two vastly different amounts based on how the client is being charged. Now, they made a pay model that made sense, which is paying a driver by the hour. Now, this is part of the exclusive that, you know, we will go into, but there's vastly different pay models for the company, but the driver is making roughly the same. But in this case, they're forwarding the driver more of those earnings because of these being direct vendor orders. Each vendor has a different contract with Deliver That. So, for example, the commission for Subway may only be $5 as a delivery charge, but they may be charging, say, you know, a minimum tip amount that has to be about 10%. And the order total must be X amount for it to be considered catering through Deliver That. There may be extra stipulations that, again, we don't know about because they're not transparent with that part. And it's because they can't be, because there would be so much information there that a normal independent contractor's brain would go as soon as somebody said all of our contracts are different.
So the whole point my point here is, okay,
that I was wrong.
It's not that you were wrong. What I'm saying to you is we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, right? That's why I was saying I don't give a damn how much they pay me as long as the upfront amount I'm good with, right? It's like whatever they're doing for their money, how much they're making on the order, I don't care, right? So this same company that many people will look at like, man, they only paying you $5 for this shit? What the fuck, bro? Okay, let's go back here. All right, $5 for this one, but $29 for the other one, right? So you got $5 over here. It's the same company. That's what I'm saying. It's the same company. Even if these might be two different contracts that they have at two different companies, and one is a direct vendor, one is not, whatever. I don't know. That's none of my business. As a contractor, this was my argument. That's none of my business, right? But it's the same company that's being judged for the $5, but they're also being judged that, well, they didn't see the $29.17 because they're looking at, man, $5 is trash. But this is the same company that would actually come out of pocket. I don't know how much that's actually in that $29 that's coming from directly from Deliver That, or if they're charging the vendor. You know, I don't know. I don't know. And that's none of my business.
This is where I urge for Deliver That to kind of release some information, but not all. Because we've talked about this in the past, that some information is just better left unknown. The information that I'm talking about is going to be adding an addendum to the contract or into the independent service provider agreement to who is responsible for a chargeback, because the drivers need protection behind that, and the verbiage needs to be there. So that needs to be clearer. I think that we could both agree on. Put it in the contract.
I can.
So that the driver is protected, for one.
If
you're going to take
for
the hit,
black and white to be there. Yeah.
Exactly. If you're going to take the hit, own it. As long as there was not a contract violation, a chargeback will fall on Deliver That. That's all you have to say. Now, as far as these two orders go, I would take the right one before I took the left one, and people are going to call me crazy. And it's just because the gratuity is 0. I'm not expecting gratuity. If I get a post-delivery gratuity, cool, great. It's an addition, right? But the left one, I don't trust that much, because if the gratuity goes away, I'm only stuck with $5 because it's not in the contract. So again, comment section probably gonna, matter of fact, fuck it. If you think I'm crazy down in the comment section for this only, because we all know I'm crazy otherwise, if you guys think I'm crazy for making that decision of only wanting to take the right order because it has 0 gratuity, and I at least know that I'm going to make 29 versus the 5, let me know down in the comment section, because I feel like that's a smart independent contractor decision because it's not spelled out in black and white.
I understand your take. I understand your stance on it too. But since we had this conversation on the previous video, on the live recap, I just wanted to just expound on the topic just a little bit more, because to me it gives anyone that felt some type of way about the things that I said in that live a bit more understanding on why I say what I say. Like, it's just the same thing as me telling you, like, I see Deliver That as the homie. They would not, like, if it was my fault, Deliver That would come straight to me and be like, yo, you got to pay me, bro. You know what I'm saying? But in the case where I did my part, I did everything right, and the company or the customer, there's a chargeback. Okay. You know what? I could easily go to UDM and say, yo, they came and took this, and I'm gonna have to come back and, hey, I'm gonna have to deduct it from your account, bro, or something. I don't think they would do that, but I could be wrong. But at the same time, I also understand if they have to, they will, right? Because also there's no black and white. So in this case, I just wanted to put it up there where a person that may feel Deliver That, oh, they're a trash company. All they trying to do is pay $5 for a commission. That ain't my business. The same company that you may call trash will actually pay you $29.17 in commission when the customer didn't even leave shit. So it's almost like, don't judge a book by its cover. You don't know what deal they got going on. And who knows? This direct partner contract might be shit. They might not be getting shit out of that. And they still giving you $29.17. But we don't know that. And since we don't know that, I just say, you know what? Even though I appreciate the breakdown and the order costs and the gratuity and commission and all that stuff, I'm just like, man, I ain't worried about all that, man. Y'all do handle y'all business. If you offer it to me and I grab it and I want to keep it, I keep it. If you start offering me some shit that I don't want to, nah. I'm gonna just say nah, goodbye.
I'm just very transparent. I can't stand their fucking white label app. Whoever they paid for this, they need a refund. They need to charge that shit back. I don't like their fucking app. It's not intuitive. It's old as shit. Ancient as fuck. Why should I be clicking on links in your app? Why is it not built in? So that's just me. That's why I really don't touch their app. Because I can't touch their app because their shit be gone because, you know, Darian, you need to come out of pocket for a damn app, my boy. Like, come on now. Spend some of that CEO money.
You see, this is why I got to shut you up now, bro, because I am a beta tester for their new app.
And it sucks, don't it?
I can't tell you any of that stuff.
Yeah, Mr. I actually, bullshit, because NDAs are fucking unconstitutional. So bullshit.
No. It's not that I can't tell you because I signed some shit. I ain't signed nothing. It's just more like, I'm just like, you know what? I know it has a lot of flaws and they want constant feedback so they can improve it. So I can't make a judgment now when they're making so many improvements, bro. One major improvement that I'm the one that submitted it. I don't even know if everyone else did, but when I submitted it, the next update, that shit was there. So it's like, I can't judge a beta app right now, bro. When that shit goes public and everybody using it, then you ask me again and I tell you how I feel about it. But for now, I can't make a judgment on it. But
nah, fuck that. I'll tell you, Draver's beta app sucked ass, and the people they had working on it was ass because they got rid of the good one. So I tell you, it was ass. It's still ass. It still sucks, and they don't know how to build an app. I'll be real with you, and it's published. So nah. So I want to hear your honest opinion when that shit hit.
Anyway,
yeah,
I told y'all, once you start going, and it's Draven, once you start going, it's like, oh, just let him get it out, y'all. Just let him get it out. But anyway, I hope everyone here understand the take that I was trying to, just my approach. I understand everybody wants money. I understand, like, what we see is you'll make a judgment call based on what you see. You don't know, you don't have all the information, but that's what I'm saying. Like, as a contractor, choose the jobs that you're willing to do for the pay that you see, right? Don't worry about anything else and trying to do a little bit more deep dive and stuff like that. That ain't our business. They could be making a whole lot of money on each of these orders, but we don't know. And at the same time, why you doing it to deliver that? And y'all out here doing worse orders on DoorDash for less pay. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand.
Motherfucker be like, I won't take no $5 for 2 miles. Then take $3 for 4 miles on fucking DoorDash. Y'all sons of bitches.
And they'll be like, oh, it was in a double. Okay. It was going to the same customer. That's why I did it. Oh, but it's still $3 for 4 miles, you know? But anyway, the whole point is, man, you know, I don't want to judge a book by its cover. I don't dig a little deeper. Even though I do understand, we could have that conversation. We definitely can. And I could understand your points and you could understand mine. But at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm just getting my money. Oh, yeah. What time it is, D-Fam?
your money.